Hello beautiful people, my name is Aisha Cheyenne and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I just want to go in a little bit about, tips on how to deal with insecurity and how to work through and deal with people pleaser syndrome. The first tip that I would highly recommend is engaging in self-care frequently. Go out of your way to please yourself. Go out of your way to make yourself feel special, to make yourself feel good, because why not? When you feel good, you can put that back out into the universe 10 times more, 10 times better. Things that you can do to enhance and engage in self-care is simply just getting your hair done often, getting a haircut, treating yourself, going to get a wax, facials, getting your nails done, going to play ball with your boys, or hobbies that you have, hobbies that you like to do, engaging in that. Anything that brings you care to yourself, anything that makes you feel wholesome and brought back to the center, basically. Like anything you consider self-care, do that shit to make yourself feel good about yourself, because when you feel good, you really do look good and you exude that energy. I want to harp a little bit longer on hobby. Take something that you're good at and use it to boost your self-esteem. That is a great way to build better self-esteem, because when you're good at something, you feel good. Using it to help catapult your esteem into a different direction is really a great way to boost your self-esteem without having to do it at the expense of others. So take something you're good at, like if you do music, or if you do hair, if you draw, if you can write well, take that and utilize it and put it into making yourself feel good about yourself, because you just have to stop and think, like, I'm good at this. This can take me somewhere. I can do something with this. I can make something out of myself with this. So, be confident in that, and you would directly become confident in self. Holding yourself accountable is very essential to unlearning insecurity, because if you have that awareness about yourself, you can really take and address things that make you feel insecure and unpack it, really dissect and break it down, and ask yourself, okay, well, why does this trigger me? Why did that make me feel this type of way about myself? You're just able to move in a bigger and better direction when you have that self-awareness and you hold yourself accountable for things that you've done that you were wrong about, or that you just have no business feeling a way about. So yes, hold yourself accountable. Another great tip that I would love to recommend for helping with insecurity is really just removing the people that you have around you currently and replacing them with new people. Better people with better vibes, because it's just like, sometimes insecurity is merely a projection. Sometimes it's not even how you feel about yourself, but you have people around you who have the same thing that you have that they're insecure about, and they want you to feel insecure about that as well. So they bring their negative asses on in and rain on the parade. And sometimes you're really just programmed into self-hate. Sometimes it's not even how we really feel about ourselves, but because the people around us that we love and care about and enjoy spending time with are hateful, nasty, negative Nellies, we end up embodying that too. Pushing the old out and bringing the new in, welcoming it with open arms, is literally the best thing you could do for your life, your mindset, and your own feelings about self and about other things. So that's a huge, that would be a huge help for your own insecurities. Working on reprogramming your mind to view things differently, to look at things from a different perspective, is a huge improvement that can be made on your insecurity. When you think different, you simply move different. And when you move different, you act different. You feel different. And when you feel different, you just glow different. Like your whole vibe just hit different. Ways that you can reprogram your mind is simply by changing your surroundings. Like I said in the last clip, changing the people you're around, changing the environment you're in, changing what you watch on TV, rearranging and switching around your TL on social media so that you're constantly getting fed good, useful, positive information instead of nasty, negative, hateful, rude shit every day. Because guess what? Even if you're not participating, even if you're not necessarily engaging, you're still consuming it, you're still reading it, you're still looking at it, you're still around it to some degree. So it's just like you're absorbing all that energy. Of course, you can't be positive 24/7. That's not realistic, and that's not what I'm asking of you. But what I am saying is that you do have a choice in what you engage in what you do, and what you're about, and what vibe and energy you put out. So you have to make that effort. You have to go the extra mile to actually reprogram everything around you. And yes, it's not easy. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna feel strange. It's gonna feel different. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable again. Change is natural, and change should be accepted. Now, me personally, I struggled with people pleasing a lot growing up. So this segment, this little part of the video is about to hit different, and I'm definitely talking to myself when I say this as well. Have your boundaries in place and assert them. Do not be afraid to assert your boundaries, and you have to practice not feeling guilty about asserting those boundaries, because it's just like, look, I'm helping you out, and this is leaving me with nothing. This is leaving me with less. I'm unhappy. I'm sad at the end of the day. So if I have to say no, if I have to say, nah, I can't do it right now, nah, I don't got it right now, I can't give it to you right now, you just gonna have to accept that. I don't really want it. Don't ask me why. What do you mean why? Because I said so? Like, what? A lot of people like to avoid confrontation. People who suffer from people pleaser, like a lot of them want to avoid conversation because it gives them anxiety. They just don't know how to behave and what to do in situations like that. So they just end up just giving in, submitting, and kissing ass. But you cannot do that anymore. You have to start thinking in your mind, okay, what if the situation, what if this scenario goes beyond what I thought in my head? I have to think of a response to say, just in case this goes in this other direction that I didn't want it to go in. So basically, yes, stand up for yourself. You don't always have to explain yourself, but definitely know what you want to say if a situation should ever go left because you try to assert your boundaries. Have those in place, exercise them, use them. They work. They save you a lot of heartache, a lot of trouble, a lot of bullshit. Another tip I like to use to, help me through people pleasing is simply understanding that you cannot and will not be able to please everybody. You have to accept that. Like, it's not realistic for you to think or for someone else to think that you can just do everything they want you to do when they want you to do, right when they ask, whenever, how much. Like, no, I cannot help you right now. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you when I can. But as of now, I'm doing me. I'm worried about me. You just gotta let people know. Like, I'm unavailable right now, but I will get back to you. You cannot just drop everything you're doing, putting yourself on the back burner to put somebody else on the front burner. That's not how it goes, because if you're exhausted, if your engine light is on, and you ain't got no energy, how could you even perform to the best of the ability? Then they're gonna be unsatisfied with the product you brought them because it wasn't in its best form. Even though that's ungrateful. But people definitely, have audacity. That's one thing they're gonna keep on them. They don't got no money, they ain't got nothing else, they ain't got nothing to bring to the table. They will definitely be able to bring that audacity right on in and give out multiple servings at that too. So that's why I say, like, when it comes to people pleasing, you have to think about yourself and how you would feel, because people don't care about how you would feel clearly. Otherwise, they would not be coming at you the way they're coming at you. So that's that on that. Set your boundaries and stand on them. Don't be saying, oh, I'm available for this time, I can't take you for this time, or blah, 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 I can't do this, I can't do that, and then go back on it and end up doing it. People are never going to take you serious, like, ever. You have to stand on what you say and mean what you say and not feel guilty about it. And I mean, there will definitely be times where you feel guilty about putting yourself first, setting your boundaries, drawing a line. But hey, somebody got to be let down so I can be okay, because when I come through for y'all, I always end up taking from myself. I always end up getting the end of the stick. So yeah, you know, the one time I decide to put myself first, it should not be a problem. And if it is, oh, we need to have a talk and figure out why you feel so entitled to my time, attention, money, and other things. There you go with that audacity again, like I said. So I'm about to read this directly from the phone because I really went in on this bullet. It's all facts. It's all facts. The next tip I like to use on myself and that I would recommend for anybody else is to really just sit there and ask yourself, why am I afraid to speak up or correct someone about something? Ask yourself, why people pleasing? Why do you have to people please just to keep the peace? Ask yourself, why do you always have to kiss ass in order for things to be peaceful and quiet, or for everything to run smoothly? Make sure that being a people pleaser isn't reliant upon suppressing what you want to say and how you feel in order to spare someone else, especially if they're not sparing you. Like I said earlier, you have to make sure that, you know, if you are going to people please, just make sure that it's not subtracting from you, taking from you, you know, because then you're going to be uncomfortable, you're going to be sad, and then you're going to end up sitting on hella resentment. And then when mad day come, it's gonna blow up and everybody gonna be like, well, why didn't you say something? Because, you know, people like to cop out and use that as a scapegoat. Like, girl, why do I always have to speak up and say something? Y'all can read body language, you can read between the lines, you ain't dumb. If me asking the same thing of you that you're asking of me, if I did that, you would be looking at me crazy. You would be like, girl, that is not within my means. Exactly. And people are going to abuse and use you until you speak up, because then they can say, well, you didn't say nothing. Girl, don't do that. You know what I mean. Like, don't do that. And you're gonna deal with that a lot, because people be knowing what they be doing. Like, they know. Trust me, they know. So that's why it's important to speak up in the first place, so that there's no little in-betweens and technicalities, nothing left unsaid. Let's be clear. Like, in adulthood, that's all my life is about, like, just being very clear, because people love to say, oh, well, I didn't know, well, you didn't say, you didn't specify. Come on now. Context clues, my nigga. Where's the comprehension skills? Like, anyway, folks, I think that's about all that I have to say for today. I hope these tips are helpful to you guys in some way, because as said before, they are genuine and I use these for myself. So please don't be afraid to share your experiences and what you've learned, what you're working on. It might can help somebody else. Peace, chicken grease. Emperor Asia over and out.